Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Ruinberg map and we've got Tyrannosaurus from, used to be Raw Clan, now it's 40WR8. So it's a new clan, so you contact them and see what they use for recruiting. So we've got some good people in there. Now, Tortoise is a tier 9 British TD, and it's yeah, pretty decent frontal armour and a decent gun. Let's just get back into Tyrannosaurus's view. And we've had him on the channel before, so we know he's a decent player. So hopefully we can see how he uses this tank. Now, actually, if you're interested in sending in a replay, you can find me on the World of Tanks Asia Discord. Just look for Wasabi and send me a message, and you can either just send me the replay file, or if you've already uploaded it to What Replays or one of those sites, just send me the link and I'll download it. But, okay, so alright, so Tortoise. Okay, strong frontal armour. Major weakness is the commander's hatch. You can see there on the left side, or on the right side of the turret from this view. Left side if you're facing it. So the important thing to do is to use its quite good gun angling, so as in you don't have to turn the whole tank around. It's got a very good gun arc, but yeah, try and keep your commander's hatch covered. So that tends to mean that you've got to be on the left side of the building, so that you can keep that side of your tank covered by the building itself, or the destroyed material, whatever it might be. But so you can see here, this is what Tyrannosaurus is doing. So coming up on the left side, that means he can use his gun traverse, moving his tank a great deal, and it's actually got some cover here, which is useful. Does have an AMX-30 in front of him, which will compromise the position a little bit, and he misses out on the shot on the Sante. Obviously the AMX-30 very keen to get out of that position because he got spotted, and he takes his annoyance out on Tyrannosaurus by wasting one of his heat rounds. And yeah, he's trying to push him into cover, but guess what? You can't push a Tortoise, mate, not with the AMX-30. Anyway, finds a Caliban there and whacks a shot into him. Probably get another shot in. It's a very fast firing gun, so very good DPM. And uses AMX-30. Yeah, try and share the corner. Okay, fair enough. We understand you had the first use of this, and it was probably just a mistake to block him. In sniper mode, you don't necessarily see the tanks around you. So, children, share. Learn to share, please. Alright, so AMX-30 seems to have gotten over his mild panic there, and unfortunately Tyrannosaurus misses the shot on the Scorpion. But yeah, it's got a very good position here. It's only taken a small bit of damage so far, and that was from the Caliban that came out and basically reduced his angling. We've got this 50 TP there that he's really trying to penetrate by going through the commander's hatch itself, but it's a pretty sloped hatch and you need to catch it in the right position. Anyway, catches the object 257 slightly side on, so no side scraping possible in that position. And there's that 50 TP again. You can see where he's aiming. As I mentioned in a previous video, try and keep your aim in one spot and let the enemy tank move into that position, and shoot when the hatch is aligned. It's definitely a tactic, and that means your gun bloom is basically static, so it gives you the best aiming in that respect. But you can see that 50 TP not really giving up much of a target. Early days yet. Well, still we're about a third of the way into the game, so I shouldn't say that. This is a bit slow moving, and they have lost a couple of tanks already. And that 50 TP just poking, trying to attract a shot, and then maybe coming out and taking a shot of his own, but Tyrannosaurus not giving him any real target himself. And there's that 257 again, but he's bounced and coming around, but however he missed his shot there. So just have to be patient in this sort of situation, and hopefully you don't get overrun. But if you look at the minimap, he's got good support around him, so the position is pretty safe. The MX-30's decided it's not a really safe position to be in anyway. It's a good early spot, but using the mobility, needs to go and find another location and try and get a different angle. Now the enemy's largely unspotted too, so you've got to sort of ask the question, what are they doing? Are they just holding back and waiting to be pushed on? This is not a map that you really want to push on. You want to catch the enemy pushing on you, and that you get the best shots at them. And there's a nice juicy conway there he can go through. But again, they just pull back just in time. And he just holds his shot there on the 50 TP, just realising that it's probably just wasting ammunition. And there's the 257 again. You can see he just caught him on the area under the turret. So the 257 just not having enough cover there. Alright, now he's got T-34, so another tank with a relatively small commander's hatch on it. So he's just looking for his opportunity. Bounces another round from the 50 TP, so he's blocked more damage so far than both his tank hit points and also the damage himself has done. Anyway, managed to punish the 257 again, so let's see if that 257 keeps coming up to that same spot to get the same treatment. And there's the T-34 pushing around, just ricochets off the top of the turret roof. The gun caliber on the Tortoise, let's just have a quick look at that. 120mm, yeah, so you've really got to be 3 times the thickness of the armour. So if it's a 30mm armour, you've got to be at least 90mm, that would work. But yeah, I'm not sure what the T-34 turret roof is. So we've got our little prompter down the bottom for tanks that are lit. So turret front 279, sides at 127, but it's not telling us what the turret roof is. Anyway, it's a pretty ricocheting angle anyway, so that's really his problem. Anyway, he's got a bit more support there. He's got a KPZ-50T to his left, shooting through the window. I'll probably keep the Caliban out of the way. And also might get an angle on the 50 TP itself, so it's probably causing them to stay back. Now, just looking at the score line, they are now 5 tanks down, so pretty much lost the field. And they've given up a good half of the city. Now, these tanks are going to come around and be a bit more adventurous, well they might be, seeing that the score about the 50 TP just making that extra move out cost him a few hundred hit points there. So they're 4 tanks down, now 3 tanks down, but the hit points are actually quite level, so it tells you that the tanks out in the field lost a lot of their hit points winning that area. 257 goes down, and from the AMX-32, so maybe it's not necessarily a bad player, just a bit grumpy. But Tyrannosaurus slowly moving up his damage total. It's down to up to 2,500 hit points of damage, and he's blocked nearly 4,000. That 50 TP just keeps repeating the same behaviour. We know this is him trying to draw the shot. Almost the T-34. Finally, he gets a shot into its cupola. And just waiting for a repeat. I know we can see an E75 on the minimap pushing around. Now, again, probably not worth... there's a little pocket there he's gone into. It's not worth Tyrannosaurus's time to push out. That as soon as they see him move out of position, the 50 TP and the T-34 will come around, unless the T-34 just chancing himself, looking for the same opportunity, and you'll get the 50 TP as well. Puts a nice shot into him, so it's really starting to reap the damage now. Looks like the T-34 is tracked, goes through the front and gets the kill, and that is a good sign to make a move. They've got the balance down to 2 tanks, but they've also got a pretty good lead in hit points as well. Not huge, but he's got some squishy tanks in front of him. Conway he can take out, but again, just knows there's a standard B further down, so doesn't want to drive out in the middle of the road. He'll go side on to potentially standard B. Or had a shot there on the Conway, but just pulled the trigger a little bit too late. Bounces the incoming round from Conway, and there's the 50 TP. Oh, has taken some damage there, but that's okay. Still got 1300 damage. It's actually 1337, so that's elite in the old hacker speak. Just probably tells you how old I am. Anyway, one more shot on the 50 TP and he might be gone. And they're continuing to keep their hit point lead there. Just holding this position, it's not very exciting, but finally the Conway goes down. Can he get a shot on the 50 TP? That's the question. Standard B's pushed around, so Tyrannosaurus can come around and support that side. Still going to take a bit of a risk doing this, but might be worth the biscuit. Minus the Standard B, yes, and he gets the kill, so that was definitely worth it. It took the hit on his track, so didn't lose any more hit points. Gets rid of a very dangerous medium tank there. And the Caliban is still there, hasn't been taken out. Can he get the shot on him? Yes, he can. Needs him to poke out a little bit more. 50 TP, time to get to the kill. Gets the kill there. And they've finally taken the lead in tanks as well. And there's the Caliban. He's just got the nose of his tank sticking out. So can he stick it out a bit more, please? Well, we know he doesn't have any more support. There's a Striv around. That's the only other tank there on the immediate team left. So it's very safe now for Tyrannosaurus to make the move. There's the Caliban. Yes, just seeing the top of the tank, but it is shootable. Gets the shot in, just doesn't roll high enough. Takes the shot on his tracks. Luckily the Renegade backing him up. Gets kill up on the Caliban. And now it's just the Striv. And we don't even know if he's been spotted. So at the highest speed possible for a Tortoise, which you can see is not a lot. He's charging up to the cap area, and maybe they can tempt the Striv to come out by sitting on cap. Given there's only 2.5 minutes roughly left in the game, this might be the strategy to pull. If you get a little bit more damage, you could get up to 5k. And he's calling the rest of the team. There's an AMX M4 49. He's got some kills, so he's a live player, but he's sitting in the back now. Maybe he's thinking the Striv might come around, but here we go. Tyrannosaurus is on cap, getting the cap timer going, and hoping that the Renegade can certainly take a hit from the Striv, at least one hit, and maybe that will unmask the Striv. So he's got enough time to cap all by himself, and maybe the Striv is up there where he's aiming, so he puts a blind shot in where a typical spot you would think he might be. The Renegade hasn't got really far enough up there to do that, but it certainly didn't light him up or in fact get an incoming shot, so it's a really tempting fate coming out here in the open. If you want the win, you could cap this all out and stay in cover, and there you go, the Renegade's taken a hit. So we know the Striv is up there somewhere. He could be up closer to the township there in the middle. So the Renegade's spotted, and looks like Tyrannosaurus pulling back to say, yep, let's capture the base and get the win that way. Certainly Tyrannosaurus not exposed, as in wasn't spotted. He's certainly vulnerable to a blind shot. But I think that the Striv, by being unspotted but spotting the Renegade's probably up around the middle township. So anyway, 20 more cap points to get, still 50 seconds to go, so this win is in the bag as long as people don't try too hard. That's exactly what is going on here. Tyrannosaurus doing the right thing and just staying in cover. 5 more seconds to go. And there you go. Base captured. And he can actually drive out, he's got enough time. Another 5 seconds, puts his victory sign up. But no Striv comes out, doesn't get another shot. And that's the win. Badge for Tyrannosaurus. He picked up the high colour reward and a few other medals here. We can see the steel wall And the Invader reward, you got 100% of the cap points for that, and also got the Brother in Arms medal. And that was setting up a platoon at the end with the Renegade. They both got 3 kills, so that fulfilled that condition, and the Cool-Headed reward for bouncing shots that didn't penetrate. We can see did 4.8k of damage with 3 kills, but also blocked 5.2k, so it just shows how the armor stands up when you're using it to its advantage. Now, Ace first class, so how close did he get to Ace Tanker? Let's have a look. 1294, I reckon that would have got pretty close to an Ace Tanker, so just missed out. And High Caliber didn't do the most damage. That was the AMX-30, and we know that he gave up the High Caliber because he shot Tyrannosaurus at the start. So yeah, if you do any team damage, even if there's no actual damage involved, you shoot one of your own teammates, you will not get that award. So, but that still means that Tyrannosaurus qualified for the 20% of the total hit pool. So, and therefore got the award himself. So yeah, good play there. And obviously the AMX-30 was giving up some of his damage to someone else spotting because he didn't get as much EXP out of that as well. But nonetheless, contribute massively to the outcome of the game as well. See a few 0 damages down the bottom, which doesn't help, but so did the enemy team. In any case, what did it cost Tyrannosaurus? We fired 23 shots, 16 hit and 13 penetrations. We saw the reasons why there. He was running a standard account and was using pretty much standard ammunition the whole way. So even with his cost, he made, and a standard account, he still made a profit at tier 9. That is always welcome and not always the case. So good game there, Tyrannosaurus. Certainly if you liked his game and you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, this is an opportunity to do that. We'll have more great content to follow, and thanks very much for watching.